Hey, House of Nerd, how y'all doing today? This is Marquelon Dragon, one half of the Pool Kings, back here. I apologize for being late. Had some issues getting this video filmed, so it's actually my second time doing it. But we are here. Here are my picks for last week. So we're experimenting with the format of the videos a little bit, y'all. So this was going to be longer than our typical 1 minute videos. And I'm going to set it off right here by giving you not one, not two, but actually not three, but four picks. Or honorable mention pick is what I'm going to call it. So my honorable mention pick is Batman 128. Chip Zdarsky's Batman is Batman. So it's a good Batman story. Tim Drake is the Robin in this story, but other people are in the story as well. What makes it so good is that once again, Bruce Wayne is making the nations come back to bite everybody behind, especially Superman. If you liked House of Babel, if you like the stories about, well, not House of Babel, Tower of Babel, that was the story that Mark Waid did years ago in Justice League. If you like the Brother Eye stories, you will like this because Failsafe is like the culmination of everything that happened. So, Batman 128. It's the honorable mention pick. Next up is going to be SpiderMan #1. Dan Slott is back writing Spider-Man. Dan Slott has the distinctive privilege of being the person who's written more Spider-Man than anybody else, I think. More than Stan Lee, more than Brian Michael Bendis. I mean, the guy had a 10-year run on Spider-Man, and he just killed the game with it. One of the things he got most famous for was the Spider-Verse, which involved Moreland, who was actually a J. Michael Straczynski character that kind of reinvigorated Spider-Man in the 2000s. So Moreland is back, hands are thrown, and we have supposedly the last chapter of the Spider-Verse. I'm happy to see it. I enjoyed it, and I'm curious to see what happens next. Next up, so let's see. So Spider-Man was #3. #2 is going to be Dark Ride from Image Comics, Joshua Williamson. So, Joshua Williamson is a good writer. I like his stuff. I hadn't really been able to follow it consistently. I've heard good things about Birthright. It's on my read list. I hadn't read it yet. I think I started and just hadn't finished it. Nailbiter is the same. But, Dark Ride caught my attention. At first, I was going to pass it. I'm going to be honest with y'all. And then I looked through and I said, this is interesting. Because I like horror. I like amusement parks. A horror amusement park, that kind of makes sense. And I heard Elle talk about it in last Sunday's episode as well. That I think it was one of her top picks. I agree with her. I mean, it's good. I would definitely check it out. And I think I'm gonna follow to see where it goes. So Dark Ride. I think this might be something special here. #1 surprised me because it's an indie, but it's not really indie. It is MIRACLEMAN #0 from Marvel Comics. And so you guys have been reading comics for a long time. I'm sure you've heard the stories of MIRACLEMAN and how he was like basically the UK's version of Captain Marvel Shazam. Then Alan Moore got a hold of him and did his whole deconstruction thing on it. And that was like one of the first times people saw like violence of this nature and superheroes being like kind of sexually assaulted, and it just led to this whole thing. And then the rights got kind of tied up with different companies, and so Marvel finally got it, and Neil Gaiman was supposed to finish this story he started years ago. So I actually thought this was going to be a reprint issue of like, cause I think Marvel's done it before. They've published a MIRACLEMAN book, or not. I said MIRACLEMAN. It's actually, it is MIRACLEMAN. So it was Marvel Man originally, but it's MIRACLEMAN now. Anyway, they published like a reprint of old Marvel Man stories under the name of MIRACLEMAN. I thought this was going to be it, but you actually got like 4 original stories that's kind of set like, oh, this is an action adventure story. This is the noir detective story. This is the funny story. This is the make you think story. And really, my favorite story is Jason Aaron's story here about the writer of MIRACLEMAN. I was pleasantly surprised, and that's why it's my #1 pick. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.